The Broncos will lose a key member of their offense for about a month, according to the reports. Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for September 17th. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel V. Hill.
An already struggling offensive line, and the Broncos will have to make do without Mike McGlinchey. The veteran right tackle suffered a sprained MCL on the Broncos' third to last offensive snap during Sunday's 13-16 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's always a bummer when you see injuries, but one specifically so close to the end of the game. A game that, yes, they were kind of in if you look at the score, but it really didn't feel like they were all that in it. Such a bummer. NFL's Michael Florio first reported the news, adding that McGlinchey would miss about a month due to the injury. This news is a blow to the Broncos offensive line that has nearly pristine health throughout the 2023 regular season. A lot of people had talked about how they were able to stay so healthy overall as a team, and the offensive line for sure. Mike McGlinchey was actually the only one who ended up missing a game last year, being a part of the offensive line over the 17 games. So that'll tell you right there, already impressive. But unfortunately, they will go without him for about a month. Denversports.com's Andrew Mason has a wonderful article up if you're wondering who's going to take over, what that's going to look like now, and can this offensive line start to get any better after the struggles that they've continued to have. Let's talk about the rookie quarterback, Bo Nix. He's last in the league. Here's why. Bo Nix is connected on 11 of 36 passes for more than 5 yards, resulting in 4 interceptions as well. 11 of 36 is not good, but the real stat right there that you need to pay attention to is the 5 yards. Yeah, it's been a struggle for Bo Nix to throw the ball downfield. 30.6 completion rate on those tosses is the lowest in the current league by 6%, in the worst figure in week 1 and week 2 in the last decade. That's according to The Ringer. Nick has yet to throw a touchdown, although he has run one in, so let's not forget that. But it has been mostly limited to throwing around the line of scrimmage or rushing. In fact, Nix is actually the leading rusher of the Denver Broncos right now with 60 yards. Javonte Williams comes in at 40 yards at number 2. That's unacceptable for the fact that we have gone 2 weeks in the NFL season and your quarterback is your leading rusher. They have to get it figured out. But Nix's downfield passing can both be more concerning or not so much compared to a lot of his peers, right? We look at some of the other quarterbacks in the league. Not a single rookie quarterback has thrown an interception this year through the 2 weeks. But overall, you look at Bryce Young from last year, from the 2023 season. He ended up losing his job yesterday on Monday, but he has very similar yardage essentially to what Bryce Young had last year. But then let's look at this year also. Next stats are also in line with the 2024 first overall pick, and that's Caleb Williams, who has struggled more than Nix to this point. Now, Sean Payton says the inconsistencies they have got to figure out. Take a listen.
Yeah, I would say we were inconsistent. There are times where we do a pretty good job. And there are times where we're either allowing penetration or getting beat maybe right at the snap. We've got to be more consistent. I think that's the one thing that you would definitely take away from it.
Yeah, I don't blame them. They really do need to figure out the consistency. I went back and watched the All 22, and I'm going to do my 10 observations on Coffee Break for Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. But truthfully, you guys, here's just my overall thoughts. There's a lot of things that this team can do really good if they clean up 1 or 2 things. And when you think about the NFL, those 1 or 2 things, they definitely add up, and it's like a very apparent why they're struggling. But really, they have the opportunity to be a really good team. So here's the other problem, though, essentially, is that according to ESPN, 103 teams have started 0-3 since 2022, and just one of those teams. This hurts if you're a Broncos fan right now. The 2018 Texans has made it to the playoffs, and pushing the current 14-team bracket back in time only adds the 2013 Steelers into the fold. So teams that start 0-3 in a 14-team playoff are 2-101 in getting into the playoffs. This game is pretty much do or die for the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton last year was put on the record saying, I'm going to be pissed if this team's not a playoff team. Now, we didn't get that exact note this year. Again, there wasn't too many lattes being drank by Sean Payton this offseason. However, we know that he has that exact same mentality going into this year. He will be pissed if this team is not a playoff team. And yes, you have a rookie quarterback. There will be plenty of mistakes. But really, the rookie quarterback doesn't seem to be the issue right now. So 2-101 getting into the playoffs. If you start 0-3, you got to be able to find a win down in Tampa this week for sure. Now, looking at the NFL, there are tons of injuries coming out right now, but we'll first start with Chiefs running back Isaiah Pacheco. He's likely headed to IR after leaving Sunday's game with a leg injury. Pacheco appeared to have a fractured fibula and was set for testing on Monday. He was seen on crutches and a walking boot after Sunday's win over the Bengals. He had 90 yards on 19 carries on Sunday. Now you've also got Jets defensive end Jermaine Johnson will likely miss the rest of the season with a torn Achilles. Johnson confirmed the injury during or after he was carted off from the field during Sunday's win over the Titans. And he's trying to stay positive, saying, I did tear my Achilles, but we good, man. We are in great spirits. We're going to get right back. It's just another opportunity to brag about what I came from. Now, looking also to the Los Angeles Rams, they will be without wide receiver Cooper Kupp for a bit. Rams head coach Sean McVay said Kupp will be out a good amount of time after getting injured during their Week 2 game against the Arizona Cardinals. Kupp sustained a left ankle sprain during the game. And last one for you, Deebo Samuel is nursing an injury. The 49ers wideout suffered a calf strain that is expected to sideline him for a couple of weeks. He caught nearly every pass thrown at him on Sunday, hauling in 8 passes for 110 yards. Man, the 49ers are definitely having to deal with some stuff now. Christian McCaffrey and now Deebo. That's a little bit of a brutal one. We'll head over to college ball now because Travis Hunter, a name so many people are familiar with, a name that the Titans, the Jets, the Denver Broncos were even up in Fort Collins to see Travis Hunter on Saturday for the Rocky Mountain Showdown. And he turned pretty much every single game into a brilliant game for the guy. What can we say? That's why he's a Heisman Trophy contender. But he was also crowned the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week for his efforts up in Fort Collins. He had a fantastic interception off of CSU's quarterback, Braden Fowler-Nikolsky, that returned for 38 yards. He also had 5 tackles and a pass breakup during his time on the field as a cornerback. But that's not all he does, right? Because he plays both sides of the ball. So yeah, he may have got Defensive Player of the Week, but let's not forget what he did on the offense. He was Big 12 decided to give him the honor of the defensive side, but essentially he caught a ridiculous 13 passes for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns to help Colorado win the Rocky Mountain Showdown. He played 123 total snaps, simply a monster number for a young man who never seems to get tired. And that is the truth in that statement right there. He never seems to get tired. So congratulations to Travis Hunter on quite the nice little notice right there from the Big 12. Again, we're going to be excited to see what Big 12 play looks like for CU as they now move on. They got Baylor, they got Kansas, they got K-State, lots of other games coming up for CU right there. And then just another one real quick, staying on the college ball stuff. AP Top 25 College Football Poll came out. Holy smokes. Texas leapfrogged Georgia for the #1 spot after a dominant win over UTSA. Archie Manning came into the game. We talked about it yesterday here on your Denver Sports Daily. Right? The nephew of Peyton and Eli Manning. I mean, you have the 2 coolest uncles, but he absolutely balled out for that, helping Texas leap over Georgia. The Bulldogs dropped to #2, followed by Ohio State at #3, #4, Alabama, and #5, Ole Miss. Get this, though. It is the first time the Longhorns have topped the poll since 2008. It has been a minute for them for sure. All right, let's get to some of your comments. Also, NBA season, only 35 days away. How is that even possible? Things are definitely moving quickly, you guys. I can't believe we're going into week 3 of the NFL season. It feels like training camp just ended, so things are just absolutely flying by. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are off to a great start to the week. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Hello, Rachel. Hello. P. Ryan reception yards. Prop bet seems better and better. Actually, that's kind of funny. Yeah. Samaje Perine definitely going to be seeing a lot more carries and probably receptions with Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback now that he is with the Chiefs and no longer with the Broncos. Honestly, if you're Samaje Perine, you are so stoked about this move. You're going from a Broncos team who probably isn't going to make the playoffs to possibly a Super Bowl contender again for the 3rd year in a row with the Chiefs. Like, man, just personally, he's got to be stoked about that. Rachel, how did your week 2 picks turn out? I only got 7 of 16 right. Ouch. You know what? Let's just go check on that because, to be honest, I have not even looked at them. If you did not know, every Thursday on Coffee Break, you and me, we always do our picks because, man, I am so bad overall. Ooh, I did not do good last week. I, so far, through 2 weeks, have 17 of 32 correct. That is brutal. I want to just quickly see how many I got. I got 1 right, 2 right, 3 right, 4 right, 5 right, 6 right. Yep. I got 6 right as well. So that is definitely brutal overall. You got more than me. You got 7. So congratulations. It was a struggle this week for sure. I don't want to say upsets, but there were definitely some big upsets for sure. But you guys, that's going to do it for us. Short Denver Sports Daily today. Not a lot happening as it's, of course, an NFL off day. But we will be back at it again tomorrow. James Palmer is on Coffee Break with me. That is at 12 p.m. Come hang out with us. And then we'll see you again tomorrow morning for your Wednesday edition. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful Tuesday.